Hello, hello, hello. This is, of course, Craig Jones. This is the Profit Love Tax Podcast. And I think you guys pretty much know, just from the title, hopefully you would know Profit Love Tax. What else could the podcast be about? You know? Um, First thing that we're going to do every single time that we start our podcast, we're going to, of course, open this journal that I write in, and we're going to read off some self love spells before you think of some evil shit. A spell, in this case, would just be you spelling out what self love means to you. Do I need to say it again? Do I need to, just so, because I don't want you to get the wrong idea of self love spell. I'm just telling you to spell it out. Spell what you want in your life. Spell what you need in your life. Spell what makes you feel important. And if you don't feel important, by the end of this podcast, you will. And if not by the end of this podcast, watch the next one. Read the formula, PLT or Amazon. But what all I could do for you is give you what's projected from these words that I write down. I'm not no guru. I'm not a specialist. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a pastor or priest. Although I consider myself a popeful human being, meaning a vicar of a car delivers a message. And I know for a fact that I'm a messenger of self-love. All right, let's get into the first thing, the self-love spell number 5. Yes, I skipped a few, but it's never going to be in order. Life don't just happen in order. Life happens sporadically. So we'll be reading from this book sporadically and a lot of other books that I have around here. But self-love spell 5. The love I feel for others is a branch off the tree of self-love I grow and manage for the roots I hold in my heart. So I'll read it again. The love I feel for others is a branch off the tree of self-love I grow and manage for the roots hold in my heart. To me, that my ashtray's all the way over here. All right, but to me that means the love I have for myself is the seed that I plant in any situation first. So meaning, if I'm gonna meet somebody, I'm gonna make sure they understand and know I love me. I'm not saying to be cocky, or however you want to put it. Fuck it. If you feel like you want to call it, consider it cocky, whatever you want to do, however you want to consider it. But in my situation and in my life, what you should use in your life as well, anybody you introduce yourself to, and anybody that knows your name should know one thing about that person. They care about themselves. They care about the love of their self. A lot of people call that selfish, but to me, usually if a person is calling you selfish, then most likely they wanted you to do something for them in that moment, and you wasn't able to provide them with what they wanted because you was doing something for yourself. So they called you selfish. If you describe it like that, then selfish doesn't really sound that bad. Self love. Let's read it again. So just so that when you take a chance and you take the opportunity to, hopefully it's now though, hopefully you watching this, or if you scroll past it or went to the next thing, cool. You'll see me again because I'm gonna post 1,000 of these, right? Self love spell 5. The love I feel for others is a branch off the tree of self love I grow and manage for the roots I hold in my heart. So, again, if I meet somebody, they need to understand that I love me first. We can work on me loving you. And in the process of me loving you, you need to understand that I love me. Most relationships go by, and the person that you're usually in the relationship with, or the person that you decide to take that trip with, they want you to put them above yourself. Now, in a relationship where you feel you need to prove something, maybe you could decide to do something like that. But if you're proving how much you love them, but haven't proved to yourself how much you love you, the relationship is done before it even started. Because each one of you are focusing on the wrong thing. They're focusing on how much you love them, which means they're not focused on how much they love themselves, right? So think about this. You put two people in a room together that really, really love their self, right? And care about their self. And when they wake up, they talk to themselves in the mirror. You can say it's crazy, but you wake up in the morning, you look in the mirror, and you say, "Hey, I love you." You can look to the right, look to the left, or your left, my right, whatever. You can look and say, "Oh, this nigga's crazy." But really, if you can tell a person that you met a year ago you love them, why can't you tell the person that you've known all your life that you love them, which is you? Who else knows more about you than you? So why wouldn't you tell yourself you love you? Don't. I'm not talking about think it. I'm not saying think you love yourself. No, say it. Look in the mirror. Hey man, I love you. I appreciate what you do for me because you could crash out in any situation. I'm talking about any situation in life. You could make the wrong decisions. You can do the wrong things. You come to a point in your life where, in every situation, where you say to yourself, "Should I do this or should I do that?" Right? Okay. So if you decide to do the right thing, shouldn't you appreciate what you just did for yourself? That's a self appreciation. Write it down. Self appreciation. Words like that sound foreign to you, which shouldn't sound foreign to you because you shouldn't sound foreign to yourself. Meaning, when you look into the mirror for 3 or 4 minutes straight, I'm not talking about, oh, look at myself. I'm not talking about putting on makeup for somebody else. Oh, let me put this makeup because you know what you look like. So let's just say you wake up in the morning, you put on this makeup, but while you put on this makeup, you put on the makeup to go to work. Then while you're looking in the mirror, you're never looking at yourself. You're looking at the person you want the people at work to see. Come on, bro. You understand? The makeup you're putting on in the mirror and the person you're looking at in the mirror that you're not happy with is only the person you're projecting for the people at work that you're going to, or the party you're going to, or the date you're about to go on. What about looking in the mirror for you and saying, damn, no matter how this person may feel about me, I know I look good before I leave the house. You'll leave the house with a different energy. You'll leave the house with a different style, a different bop, a different feeling. Last week you didn't put the swoop in your head because you didn't feel confident in your cheek muscles, but this week you put the swoop in your hair because you looked at yourself 2 minutes longer in the mirror directly in your own eyes. Now you like what you see. Let's go to the next thing, man. Self love spell 7. Turn great love into my love of me. I notice my own beauty at every glimpse of myself. I think I just explained that thing to you, basically, but I'll read it again. Turn great love into my love of me. Turn great love into my love of me. I notice my own beauty at every glimpse of myself. Nothing else in this. If you could notice the greatness in yourself in every aspect of your life, how can your life not be 1,000 times better, no matter what you're doing? Damn, I did that good. And if you didn't do it good, learn how to do it better. And if you don't know how to learn how to do it better, find something else to do that you do know how to do better. Mm, come on, guys. Let's go to, let's skip some pages because a lot of men. I wrote, let me tell you this shit. Because I'm also teaching myself how to draw. This is before I really. Look at that. All right, but let me read what it says next to it. It says, "To the world, it may it to the world it may seem to be as if I am moving slow, but truth is there is fast. Hold on. To the world, it may seem to be as if you are moving slow, but truth is their fast is just irrational to you. So like, person feels like you're not up to their speed or doing what they need you to do in the pace they need you to do it at, and they want you to catch up to them. But sometimes the reason why you haven't caught up to them is because what they're doing is irrational to you. It doesn't make sense. Why should I speed up to do what you doing and I don't like what you doing? Why I need to catch up? Why I need to make this decision? Why I need to do this? Why I need to jump in the back of a car with you to go make this ride, to go make this punch or this jab or this move or this mix or whatever you want to call it, just so I can have the same shirt you got on, or just so I can have the same type of shoes you have, or just so I could say, oh shit, you just got the new James, I'm about to cop them too. I'm not going to jail for that. See, at the time, I didn't think about that back when I was there. But now I look at it like, for what? My life is fucking fantastic. Oh shit. Let me go to the next. Now, what I just did there is imagine if every day you woke up and you said that to yourself. Something in your soul finds a way to match what you're saying out of your mouth and what you're thinking. Because there's a process of elimination. Why am I saying this if my surrounding isn't this? That's what your body says. That's what your mind says. If you keep saying it to yourself, affirmation is only truly works just because if you're saying this thing so many times, your mind needs to solve this problem. Let's say you woke up and said, "Yo, I got $200,000 in my bank account. $200,000 in my bank account." Let's say you said it 3 times a day, every day for 30 days. At some point in time, you or your mind or your higher conscious, somebody's gonna try to figure out how to put this money that you keep saying you have in your bank account. Come on, man. Come on. You got superpowers, man. Come on. Let me go to some more of these self-love spells. Self-love spell 10. The moon, the moon's energy glows as bright as my aura when I love myself. That's fantastic. Let's read it again. Self love spell 10. The moon's energy glows as bright as my aura when I love myself. All right. We don't got to explain that, do we? Fuck it. You guys are new here. Let me explain it. When the moon is radiating, it don't matter if it's a crescent moon, full moon, half a moon, whatever you want to call it. When you outside at night and you catch that moon, when you get to look up and you look at that moon, you could feel the energy from it. You could see the glow of it. you could see, you could think about how far it is away and how much is glowing or lighting the way ahead of you. Especially if you live in the country, you say to yourself, man, it's dark as a motherfucker. But when that moon hit right, you don't need no motherfucking street lights. The light, it look like the sun's still out. That's some the moon gets that bright sometimes. I'm pretty sure you've seen it like that. So it's just really just referring to picturing that type of energy and that type of glow inside here in your heart. Imagine that there, because that's what is there. Come on, man. We're gonna do self-love spell 13. My mirror holds the reflection of the most beautiful person to ever live, for it is myself I love. And this is, oh, wait a minute. I read that. I read the bottom of that wrong. Let's read it again. My mirror holds the reflection of the most beautiful person to ever live, for it is myself I love, for it is myself that makes this true. My mirror holds the reflection of the most beautiful person to ever live, for it is myself I love, for it is myself that makes this true. So now say that to yourself twice right now. I wait for a couple seconds. Say that to yourself right now, twice. Tell yourself that your mirror holds the greatest, most beautiful reflection ever because you're standing in it. Tell yourself that. Tell yourself that. Okay. Self love spell 17. To love me, you must first love you. Shall no one enter a relationship without understanding the profit, love, and tax of self? PLT, that's the name of the show. That's important. That's probably the most important thing I'm going to probably explain to you through this process. PLT, the profit of the gain of, let's get cash. Let's hold off on cash because I know that's where your mind directly goes. But let's think about this. If you get into a car, you drive to the gym. When you get to the gym, you work out for 2 hours. You come back home. Let's say you do that every day, right? Why would you say you're doing that? You could say because you want to look better, you want to feel better, you want to exercise, right? You want to get a better physique, right? So just that situation right there would be PLT and all of the stuff. Because if you continue this process, right? If you continue this tax on yourself, right? You would profit the muscles, right? You would profit more love of yourself, profit love tax. If you didn't get that, we don't really have too much time to go into detail and explaining that because there's a book on Amazon called The Formula, PLT. And the P stands for profit, the L stands for love, and the T stands for tax. Stop it, guys. Just do what you gotta do, man. Let's do self love spell. We're gonna skip you guys around because, like I said, we're not gonna keep nothing in order. And you can always rewind so you can say all these love spells, self love spells to yourself because some of you guys out there has been paying people to put spells on other people so they love you. But what you didn't ask the person that you did that is, how the fuck do I just love myself? That's what they should have been doing. That's more important than getting somebody else to love you. You know what I'm saying? That's not if a person sees how much you love yourself, they're gonna love that. And they're gonna fall in love with you off just that. Let's find someone else to take you guys. So here I wrote, Love in the world makes the oceans twirl. Emotions round it like a pearl. So love in the world makes the oceans swirl. Like just love just gets shit going, you know. And if it starts with self love because you're looking for somebody to love you, so it still starts with love. It's still that's the still basis of it, you know. Everything is still the basis of love. Even if you hate somebody, usually you hate them because that's just still the same energy of loving somebody. You just directing it in a different way, like a positive and a negative. Mhm. And this is more my planning book. I have some other books that I could. We're probably gonna do that on the next podcast. This one, we'll keep it a little more simpler, so I don't lose anybody. Oh, those are bars right there. I don't even. We're not gonna take y'all down that path. We're not gonna take y'all down that path. Okay. Mm-mm.